I have one question for Madhuri. The reason you curated these films together, I mean, is the connection agriculture or is the connection Arana and the difficulty of seeing Arana or the difficulty of hearing the Prime Minister? And then kind of a similarity there.
Strategy and technology into agriculture as a solution. And for me, the way it articulates on ground reality, this entire market of agriculture, etc., for me, it was a kind of a misplaced approach to agriculture per se. And it was also my very personal anxiety of putting these two films together as to, is there a way out? Is it a kind of an exotica, like village itself becomes an exotica at the end of the day? Like, for me, those were the politics that were happening in my head. So, yeah. And Manmohan Singh is not a moron, certainly.
I have a couple of questions. So, ginger cultivation is it's like a cash crop, right? To this region. So, and the farmers who are committing suicide, are they middle class farmers or poor farmers, or is it across the board?
No, they are not poor farmers. They are the middle class, the ones who can afford to either have land or lease land.
Exactly. So this sort of a kind of a resignation to this situation, because you see another farmer, who's working and also teaching his son, and that not only have to go to school, but you have to learn this as well, comes from, he seems to be a different type than the kind who are sitting in the tea shop and just talking about death, because they've, the situation is bad, but because they are not cultivating with their own hands, so have they moved away from their original subsistence kind of, I won't say subsistence, but where they would do a diversified farming. So, they've decided to opt for money, and now they're in this situation, and the stakes are bigger, their expectations from lives are bigger. So, the whole middle class scenario of farmer is very different. Could you tell us about this?
Yeah, actually, I'm not really an expert, but I'll try and share what I understood of the situation. Is that I think in the 70s and 80s, the government offered a lot of loans to cash crop farmers in Wayanad. Very easily available bank loans to actually cultivate cash crops like pepper and vanilla and rubber. Not pepper and vanilla mainly. And what happened was that a lot of farmers availed of these loans, and many of them actually put part of the money in building a big house, or in buying jewelry, or getting their kids married and things like that. So, and at the same time, when this globalization happened, and when markets were exposed, the agriculture was exposed to the world markets, then they were used to see these terrible slumps, or changes in prices, and that's when this economy got badly hit, and all this agricultural crisis started. So a lot of people in Wayanad who had access to money, started investing in land, either buying land or leasing land and cultivating cash crops. So the ginger prices, if you see in the last 1 year, it's fluctuated from 300 rupees a bag, and now when I go back to Wayanad, I hear it's 4,000 a bag. So in the meantime, my character George has gone, in the sense that he's out of the picture, because he couldn't sustain till it reached 4,000. So he was stuck at the 300, and to his bad fortune, he couldn't recover. So I mean, that is the tragedy of this large-scale agriculture at present, and probably policies are not geared towards favoring small and marginal farmers.
They've also lost their connection to the land. I mean, these are the kind of people who are not growing themselves. I mean, they're sure hiring farmers.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose like all of us. Yeah. In the sense that they are always, looking at thing as how much they can get out of it, rather than unlike that Raman person who says you have to know the soil and the soil has to know us. But, you know, somebody like George, you don't even see him touching or, you know, he only walks through the place. So, yeah, I mean, I think that's a big difference. And we all as a larger society face that the disconnect in the landscape becomes something that you consume through pictures or through a camera, you know. And tourism is actually one of these problems, right? You do not know how to, as a society, we don't know how to, you know, engage with in a constructive way with landscape. So, I mean, I've known him for many years as a kid, as an 11-year-old kid, and he's been making films since then. And when my idea changed from this ginger thing to landscape, I said Somu has to do it, you know, because he looks at it differently, you know. And I think he's very quite gentle and sensitive. So he doesn't understand Malayalam at all, but he would know what to do, where to be. So even in the field shots and all, you know, with the slush in the monsoon, his shots would be all like muddy and mucky. But yeah, so he was the first person to catch an action, first person to run, and we'd all be running behind him. So he was. I mean, you know, he and Tanushree and the person who did sound, Christopher, they kind of lifted the idea to and brought it to this level, you know.